Okay. Welcome to Stellar Continuum, a D&D show with a twist. My name is Cole Porter, and I have with us today our three stars. We have Ashton Rock, Joey Stanca, and Tyler Fink. I don't want to waste your time, so here's what you need to know. We're using Dungeons & Dragons to tell a story. These three handsome gentlemen will be playing the main characters of our story, while I will be playing the Dungeon Master, essentially facilitating their actions between them and the world, and using the rules of D&D to help facilitate the telling of the story overall. If you would normally watch these things with children, you're welcome to do so. Just keep in mind that we do use foul language and tend to describe violence in great detail. So you've been warned. But with that being said, let's begin. So, gentlemen, we're going to dive in to a day that starts like most other days for your characters. You each awake, groggy at first, and then your mind clears, the humming in your ears recedes, and you find yourself in a place and feeling like a world that you've never been in before. Specifically, as your vision comes to and you sort of stir from your slumber, you find yourself in the lantern room of a lighthouse. You hear the sound of the ocean outside one of the cracked windows, gulls in the distance, as well as even further away, the distant rumble of thunder. It seems to be about sunrise or sunset. It's hard to tell right now, but the sky is a beautiful orange. But as you look around, you see that you are in this lighthouse room with three other individuals, all also on the floor. But you can tell pretty quickly that one of these individuals lies dead. Why don't we start on one end here? Ashton, why don't you describe what we would see as your character stirs from the ground?
Yeah, so I am, I guess what you'd see is a long, kind of like a black cowboy hat over eyes, and you just kind of see a very long black beard, kind of braided with a little gray. And as I come to and I brush my cowboy hat back, you kind of see like a long black hair, right underneath the ears, kind of like oily, kind of greasy. A tan vest and like a white, I guess, kind of dirty shirt and like a small jacket that I end up kind of putting on. Just kind of like very darker clothes, just kind of basic pants and boots, but just like kind of gray eyes as I'm about 4.5 feet tall, but a very hairy dwarf and, kind of basic clothing, yeah. And as I come to out of my vest, as I put on my jacket, I pull a pack of cigarettes out and draw one and light with a match and put it in and take a few puffs as I kind of take in the day.
Great. So you take a few puffs of the cigarette, kind of look around, get a bit more of your bearings. I will say that you immediately notice that in the center of the lighthouse, what you usually hold the light source, looks like that glass has been shattered all onto one side of the room. And so you kind of acknowledge that as you puff on your cigarette. But now, Joey, as Ashton's character stirs this kind of cowboy hat wearing, you said it was a dwarf?
Yes.
Is kind of smoking the cigarette. What do we see as your character begins to awaken?
Well, as I rise slowly, you see about a 6-foot-tall human, dark hair, and he has a thick leather jacket on, tufted with fur on the inside. And at his hip is a blaster of sorts, a gun, a futuristic gun, if you would. I get up and immediately kind of start looking at the broken glass that the lighthouse light was in.
Yeah.
Never seen one of these before. This is kind of weird.
As you're kind of investigating the center of this lighthouse, Tyler, your character, last one to come up.
Yeah, so you see a dark elf, silver, white, slick back hair that's under a fedora that's kind of tilted. It has a bit of a gray tint to it. That color matches the
Trench coat?
that color matches the trench coat that covers this sort of mid-century style of a suit that has this collar that kind of connects and buttons up that covers his face, so he can kind of have his face covered and his eyes covered with a thin slit if he's trying to conceal his identity.
Does he have that button right now? Or are those kind
It's
of
probably
open?
unbuttoned since he's with his familiar people.
Yeah.
And through the slits on the side of the trench coat, you can see two swords, short swords that are poking out on either side of him. As he gets up, he might button a couple of them up, so it kind of cuts up to his chin, and he probably goes, "Well, fellas, what do we got going on here?"
Well, appears here we got a cold one sitting right in front of us here.
Yeah, you now can all properly turn your attention to the fourth body in the room that's not your own. And you see that lying on the ground, very, very clearly dead, is an orc. But you see that he's got this kind of dark green, like weathered skin. Had goggles on, looks like, but one of the goggles has been shattered, and that eye underneath is all bloody and pierced with glass. And he's also wearing this waxed canvas coat and trousers. And the other side of the goggle that's not shattered is kind of this tinted glass. But he kind of lays in a pool of his own blood as well, in addition to the shattered glass in his eye.
Yeah, we got a cold one, but look at this thing. You guys ever seen one of these before?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
What do you mean?
that is a lighthouse. It alerts boats who are
lighthouse?
on the water.
Whoa.
I really just don't understand you sometimes.
I don't-
You are a marvel of technology. You're basically a god. You'd be considered a god where I'm from, and this it impresses you.
Glass so clear. I've never seen anything like it.
Detective, could you do us a solid and maybe check out what's going on here?
Of course.
I'm going to take
40
this
degree.
time. I'll take this
gonna-
time
Dear
to
God.
finish
Bend
my
down
smoke before we
on
get
one
started.
knee, kind of moving his trench coat out the way, and just kind of put his middle finger into the blood and lick it. And just kind of breathe in, close his eyes, and try to envision what could have happened here. I'm making an investigation check.
Yeah, investigation, or do you want to do medicine? Are you trying to figure out how the lighthouse keeper died? Or are you looking more at the scene in total?
More or less the scene in total. I
Yeah.
want to kind of be able to look around at things I might not immediately have noticed, or
Yeah.
if they're laying a certain way. I want to deduce what happened.
Sure. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
That is a natural 20, baby.
Nice.
A natural
The
20.
first roll.
The very first roll
I got a good feeling
of
about
the
this.
entire show. This is a good omen.
I am not lying.
You've heard it here first. He's not lying. God damn. Okay, fantastic. So with a natural 20, fresh start to the day, you're freshly awoken. Your eyes kind of focus in and scan, looking for any details that might not be immediately clear. And from this investigation and visual inspection, you first reach the obvious conclusions. One, this central capsule of the lighthouse once held some kind of light source. Now, you've probably been to a lighthouse before, or are at least familiar with them. Usually they have some kind of source of light. When you look inside this one, you see that there's this shiny mithril cage kind of on the inside that seems to be perfectly shaped to hold a large gem, maybe one about 2 feet in diameter, so a fairly large thing, but is now empty. And it seems like all the glass that was surrounding this cage has been shattered and all blown to one side of the lighthouse room. So it's all on the same side. You'll notice, too, that the shattered goggle that the lighthouse keeper has, the one side that's shattered, lines up with perhaps there was a blast from one direction that shattered his goggle, but also blew all the glass to that side as well. But that's not what killed him. You notice that there is a stab wound in his heart. Blood has drained off his coat to pool around him, and he's been dead for at least 5 hours, judging by the coagulation of the blood. These are all things that you pick up on pretty easily with your detective work. You scan the room, looking outside the window as well. You notice that it is indeed sunrise. You quickly note that way off in the distance there is a line of storm clouds coming in from the inland. You also notice a table next to a trap door, presumably where the ladder to access this part of the lighthouse is. There's a table there with a variety of different like nautical instruments, some notes, a box, and a few other things.
That nat 20 has you hearing God. I mean, that was crazy.
My son, I am God.
I haven't looked away from the light.
You ascended.
And over my shoulder, I just go, "How dead is he?"
I'm gonna stand up and kind of. Well, I can deduce that a blast came from this direction, promptly pushing our friend, and all the glass in this direction. Seems our light source is missing as well. A stab wound killed our friend here. So he is dead. He is very much dead. But I don't think it was the blast that came through this place is what killed him. I will say there's a trapdoor over here if we want to leave this area, seeming that there's a storm coming up soon. We can maybe get to the safety of the lighthouse below, not so out in the open.
And I should say the storm appears to be a well ways off, so not necessarily imminent, but
Cool.
more so that you just see clear skies this way, dark skies way out, kind of more on the horizon
Yeah.
than really rapidly approaching.
Yeah.
Great. Well, first let me look at the body, and I'm gonna search all of his pockets.
Great. Give me an investigation check.
I just take a big drag at his cigarettes.
We'll go,
It's an unnatural 20.
Oh my goodness.
Good Lord.
You guys are batting.
You have a lot of pressure, Ashton, whenever you roll. So with a unnatural 20 to kind of rifle through this lighthouse keeper's, this dead orc's body, you find a empty vial that has seems to have had some liquid in it very, very recently. Got initials on it. It says CC, kind of in ornate lettering. You also find a letter, a kind of folded up piece of paper that was in his breast pocket.
I kind of hold the vial up to the light. CC. I flick it to the detective.
I'll catch it. Just kind of put it inside of a pocket here.
Yeah.
As I put it in the pocket, I pull out a flask, and I'm gonna.
There's a letter in here too, but I don't have time to read that, so there you go.
I take out these very little reading glasses that I have.
Why don't you read it out loud so we can all hear it?
Okay, and I'm gonna put it on and kind of adjust and try to read this.
Excellent. So you put on your reading glasses and you start reading this note. And you see that this is a letter addressed to someone named Corbus. And it is from Mayor Julep. So presumably the mayor of a town named Julep. And it's a very short note. Essentially says that, remember Corbus, the Emperor is arriving in just a few days. I'm trusting you to maintain the lighthouse to ensure his safe arrival.
Well, that might be our CC. Corbus. You think it could be Corbus?
Corbus is spelled with a K, I should say.
How would we know that? Oh, in the letter?
The letter.
Oh,
the letter.
I'm not going to assume.
Well, I didn't find that letter to be very intriguing. I don't know if you two did.
No, I mean, that's exactly the information we needed.
That's
I mean,
pretty valuable information.
we found out we were in, what do you call this place, a lighthouse?
Yeah.
Well, but we knew that. The letter told us that this fella here
I'm just...
was likely supposed to... All right, you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just head
You
downstairs.
said there's a trap door?
It's It's just a way down.
It is right
Oh,
there.
that door there.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go down.
As you go to the trap door, you do notice there is a table next to the trap door that's got a couple of different instruments and things on it. They seem to have been kind of thrown against the wall a bit as well, presumably still from your nat 20 from the same blast. But you see that there is like a telescope, a sextant, some like kind of nautical devices, and there's also a small box that also has CC written on top of it.
Can I grab that box?
Yeah.
And the telescope?
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, you grab
I
the
want the
telescope.
sex thing.
The sextant. Yeah, you grab the box. You hear some things rattle inside of it, and you grab the telescope as well.
Can I open the box or is it locked?
You can open it. Yeah, let's just open it. You open it. You see there's a couple more, there's 2 more vials, like the one that you found on his body, but they're not empty. They're full. They have this kind of iridescent, almost like a light purple liquid inside of them. And you see there's a label inside the top of the box, and you see that it says Tonic of Night Sight. And underneath that, it says Kalinda's Cauldron. That seems to be the name of the provider.
Seems like that'd be pretty good use here for a lighthouse attendant to have a night watch, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
But is that not the idea of the light? So that you don't
That's
to see at night?
that
It's,
is concrete. You're right. That's right.
More
You
of
got
a,
it.
It's more of a beacon, my friend. More of a beacon.
Oh, okay.
Not
Sorry.
so much of
I'm
a
just trying to
torch.
understand
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna
purpose
take
of a lighthouse.
the empty vial and just put it back into place, close it.
Yeah.
Apparently, these vials contain a liquid that will make you be able to see at night. If either of y'all could have any use there, I can already see at night.
Oh.
So if y'all would like that, there's
I'll-
2 vials in
I'll
there.
hang on to it.
I'll hang on to one.
Let me say
And
this.
it's a nice little box there.
I examined the
jewelry.
sex thing. What does it do to me?
Yeah, you see that it is a instrument for measuring your location based on the stars if you are at sea.
Is there a map?
There is not.
Well, all right. It seems like we should just head down, I guess. If you get everything you need.
I've got everything I need. Are you done staring at this broken contraption?
Pretty cool.
All right, you're done.
Well, we only have one contact in town right now, or not even a contact, but what did the lid of the box say?
We have a lead.
It said Kalinda's Cauldron is where those vials of juice came from. And I am sure that the mayor, Julep, is also down there in this town. So we could probably go down and
Let's just
figure out what's going on.
see what's going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll go down the trapdoor.
So you all descend this ladder from the top room of the lighthouse, and you find yourself crawling down into what seems to be a very quaint kind of residential space. It seems like this is probably where Corbus would have lived. There is a small kind of bunk on one side of the room. There is a table and chairs, a modest bookshelf with different books and things on it, a desk. And this seems to be where he probably lived his like day-to-day life, or at least where he slept and passed time in leisure.
Is there any like sign of a struggle down here?
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
I will also
Yeah,
do an investigation.
you can all give me
check.
one if you'd like.
Ooh.
It's a nat one.
Mine
Oh
is
my fucking god!
nat 20?
And that's 20?
I swear,
Oh my God.
it's right there.
Is that your first roll?
Yeah.
This is rigged and scripted, I tell you.
Tyler's first roll, nat 20. Joey's first roll, unnatural 20. Ashton's first roll, also a natural 20. The gods are shining. upon us
Subscribe
today.
or die.
We should just cancel
Or
and start something.
perish.
We have more power than you could ever imagine.
So mine was like a 10. Give it all to him.
Okay, first of all, Joey, with your character rolling in nat 1.
I hand the hat over to you. You
I
are the
take mine
detective
off
now.
and wear it.
Your eyes have not adjusted at all from coming down from the lighthouse. Maybe you were actually staring at the sun for a bit while you were investigating, not realizing it, so confused.
That's a weird one, that one is.
And right now you can't see shit.
I know he was drinking this stuff. Can't freaking see shit down here.
Ashton, with your natural 20, your character is able to look through and really just kind of go through the desk, through the bookshelf, look under the cushions, kind of get a quick rundown of the whole space. And what you find is, first of all, several books that he was reading. You see one called Climatic Arcana, Magic and the Weather is what it's called. Another one's called The Seaman's Life, a novel. And then you also have a book called Tempestus, Weathering the Storm, which seems to be a daily devotional related to probably a god known as Tempestus.
Okay.
You also find a box hidden under his mattress. It's a small box with a bag in it, and it says, labeled on the box in kind of crude writing, it says life savings. And you find 50 gold pieces inside the box. And then kind of in a side room, there's a small kitchenette and storage room where there's a bunch of kind of shelf-stable stuff, dried fish, dried meat, but also some grain and ale and things of that nature.
I take the gold and say, this will go to replacing that shattered bulb up there. At least.
Let me see it. I'll hold on to it for now.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks. That's mighty heavy.
You don't have to be a detective to know that was a bad idea.
The hat is like I'm swimming in it because I'm so much smaller than you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, here you go. Anything here that you really feel the need to dive into? Or
I can't see anything.
all right, let's get you outside.
I think
that's what you need.
I think we can take note on that god that book mentioned. Other than that, this money's can go to good use.
Yeah. All right. Well, excellent.
I don't know what you got. This money's going to go to the tavern tonight. I mean, wherever we end up, this money isn't going to the lighthouse.
Oh goodness. All right. Let's make our way out.
Great. So there's a staircase descending from this section of the lighthouse. It snakes around the inside wall and leads down to the ground floor where you can exit. And as you make your way down the staircase, you walk out the front door. You find yourself at the base of the lighthouse. You can see now a bit more clearly that it's kind of nestled in this kind of craggy cliffside that looks right over into the ocean. But it's also on the edge of a forest of trees with purple and orange leaves. You see that the bark has this interesting, twisting, twirling pattern to it, and has kind of almost like a white film on a lot of it that you can see pretty quickly as just layers of salt, seemingly from the ocean being so near. But you also see that leading from the door of the lighthouse is a pretty well-worn path that goes kind of parallel to the coast into the forest.
I say we follow this path on down to the town.
Yeah, doesn't seem like many other options. Some funny-looking trees.
Yeah, these are called... Insert info don't here. I just know what they're fucking called, and he's like...
I like to imagine that you said, yeah, they're called... and then just kept walking.
Oh yeah, that is a tree.
Do you want to try to remember or see if you know what they're called?
Sure.
Give me a nature check if you'd like.
Fuck yeah. By golly, that's an unnatural 20.
Good God.
We're just getting greedy.
Actually...
now.
Oh, you said nature? Yeah. That's an unnatural 20.
Jeez.
7,
That is 4 2 zeros in a row.
That's a lot.
the fucking combat's gonna suck.
You guys are going to
Get our shit
so
caved in.
fast. You'll recognize these trees with an unnatural 20 as they're known as twirl bark trees. And based on your travels, you'll also recall that these are native to the world of Delathan, which would help give you some context for where you are.
Have we ever been here?
In this specific location?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I think you would have been in Delathan before.
Have we been here before?
These trees do remind me of our times back in Delathan.
Is Delathan the one where we jumped up on that ship there and had to save all them folks?
No, I thought Delathan was the time that we had to climb that tower, and we ended up landing in that hay pile.
I couldn't say, but I feel like I also remember these trees.
Yeah,
So-
these are
I recognize them.
definitely,
Very familiar.
Delathan unique trees
Yeah.
for sure.
Delathan or Delafan?
Delathan.
Okay. All right.
You got it straight
Well, I think
for
so.
when you're talking to the locals?
Well,
We don't want what happened last time. You mispronounced a word to happen this time.
I apologize.
That was a tough one.
I spoke at the parade, and I apologize that rally.
Well, you are their devil now, so
Well, we'll just have to make sure we don't end up back in that area, don't we?
I'm gonna start walking towards the town.
Yeah. So you guys walk into this forest surrounded by these twirl bark trees. And you start to maybe recognize some other wildlife that you may have seen before. Now that we've established you've been in this world at some point in the past. You see some kind of like squirrel-like creatures with kind of purple streaked hair and other birds that have just kind of different colored plumage. But you make your way through and you walk probably for about 15 or 20 minutes. The sound of the ocean always to your left, so you know you're always staying nearby. But after about 20 minutes of walking, you see there's a break in the trees, and you can see from there the edge of a small town, maybe about a dozen buildings from where you stand. If you guys want to give me some perception checks from here, we can maybe see some more.
16. Damn.
No.
I just rolled a fucking 20.
Oh my
A natural
god.
one?
I swear to
Dude,
God.
look at my thing.
Would you 20?
Yeah.
Did you?
Should we start over? This doesn't feel right.
Feels
This feels-
ingenuine.
I'm serious. I swear to God.
Combat is gonna be god awful.
This just feels gluttonous.
we're rolling with
I don't
it.
even know what to do.
This feels.
We're getting all the good ones out the way.
Shut the camera off. It's over.
This
Everybody
feels
go
wrong.
home.
Yeah. Man,
I really like this.
this feels like a scam.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Good God. So you both roll 20. What'd you roll?
16.
The 16.
Still pretty good.
Yeah. So you guys come to the edge of this forest and just immediately pick out all these details. Just really focus in. And you see that this is a small port town, it seems, and there's a lot going on. It's just after sunrise, but the town seems bustling. Again, there's only about a dozen buildings here, so this is not like a huge establishment, but you do see that the townsfolk or whoever is there seems to be putting up decorations of some kind. There's a big banner that's strung up. It's from where you are, you can't read it, but it's because it's facing the ocean. But you also see a bunch of different streamers and flags that are held up. You see these kind of green and gold decorations that are up. You see that there's some maybe some soldiers milling about, but also what appear to be just regular townsfolk, and a couple of other characters that even with your nat 20 you can't quite make out from here.
Are these like human people?
From here, it's kind of hard to tell. All humanoid for sure, but you can't really tell exact races necessarily.
You know, I think Delphan was the time that we were in that
Delphan. It's Delphan,
Delphan.
right?
Delathan.
Delathan.
Delphan.
Like I was saying, I think it was the time we were in that small boat. And there were piranhas.
It had to be a water thing. I really do remember it being
There were
water.
fish people that could talk there. I don't know if this is that place. During that time, I remember there were fish people.
You know, you're right.
and
That
they
wasn't
could fucking
Delathan.
talk. And that was the craziest damn thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
I'm still thinking about that lighthouse.
I don't think that was Delathan, but let's hope them fish people are nice if we do run into them.
Well, ask the locals if they know of the fish people in their waters. We might rock their day. We might blow somebody's mind today.
All right, so what do we want to do here? We want to.
I'd like to approach town.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
You going? We just came from a lighthouse. There was a dead guy. What do we want to do here?
It seems that they're putting up decorations for the said emperor's arrival from that note. And nobody's really acting wild here or suspicious, so I'm not sure if they know that there was a murder.
I think.
Maybe we should play it cool then.
Well, I reckon.
Let's not mention
One of
the
these-
lighthouse person to.
What do you say we
Anyone.
go and find a local guardhouse or something?
All right. Yeah, I think that
The
somebody is
police, if you will.
planning some ill will on this here emperor, and I think maybe with that storm brewing, that's kind of the first step is making sure the emperor gets lost out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not no
Good
detective.
detective work.
No, come on now. You know me.
What?
Just want to be like you. Let's head to that guardhouse.
Meet me in my damn bunk tonight, boy.
Just like always. Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna start walking. I'm gonna approach one of the guards.
We're keeping that all in. That's that all.
That's where I make your bed every night. Just to be clear, that's I make your bed.
you didn't fold it right, son. Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, I think we should just kind of
I'd like to just-
find the guardhouse or so. Get into this village.
While
already.
they're talking about their beds, I'd like to go just approach one of the guards.
Yeah. So you kind of make your way between the forest and town, and you see there is one guard at kind of that side of the town. He's not really looking out in the forest. He's actually helping what appears to be like a sailor or someone else hang a banner between two buildings. He's kind of using the butt of his spear to help kind of loop one end of the banner over the edge of the building. Almost there. Just right over the. Yep, there. That's right. Very good. Very good.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're just putting up decoration. I'm sorry. Did you come from the woods?
Oh yeah, just on a little walk.
We're just here to spread the good word of the fish people.
I'm sorry.
Can I do a
Fish.
perception check
Fish people?
on their
It
just
was a
appearance,
telephone.
their general appearance, the architecture?
Yeah.
I want to kind of deduce like how advanced are these people?
Yeah.
I guess I would have known. I guess a history check. Let me do a history check.
Give me a history
on
check.
Delathan.
How about you just roll it at 20 and he'll tell you what it's for?
No, it's 18. Actually, plus 6 history. I rolled an 18.
God damn. So 24.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I am the president of Delathan.
I'm the president of Dice. I'm the Dice King.
So your detective mind immediately goes to cross-reference. You look at the outfit of this garb and the sailor, the architecture of the buildings, cross-referencing with what you think you remember about Delathan in general. You would know this to be not an extremely advanced world when it comes to technology, at least not compared to maybe some things that you've witnessed in other places, especially compared to like Joey's character has interacted with. But you know that they do have certain arcane advances in alchemy and magic and things like that, but it's not so widely distributed. It's not necessarily a high magic or heavy magic world universally.
I'm going to whisper to Merrick. I feel like that gem in that lighthouse is probably going to fetch a pretty penny, too. Somebody probably nabbed that, and, that could be troublesome as well.
Yep.
I'm
Guard,
sorry.
guard.
Yeah. What was that about fish people?
Well, no,
Pay
forget
that
the
no
fish
mind.
people.
Pay that no mind at all.
We're just passing through. Yeah, I seem to have misplaced my wallet. If you could just point us in the direction of your local guard station, or
So he like looks down at the plasma gun that's on your hip. I'm sorry. He kind of exchanged glances with the sailor who's up on a ladder.
I kind of like pull my jacket over it when he looks at it.
I don't mean to be rude, but there's a lot of festivities happening.
Well, then don't, friend.
Just
Don't be.
point us in the right direction.
I can take you to the barracks if that's what you would like.
I don't know what he said, but just text.
Do you guys have?
I wasn't really paying attention.
say someone in charge of investigations or, crimes, not just the simple guard, but more or less someone higher up, like a sheriff or so?
Well, right now, Major Cragg would be in charge of such things. He's the ranking officer.
And where can we find? What was it, Craig?
Cragg.
Cragg.
Yes.
Cragg.
I would
Yeah.
love to go find Craig.
He should be in the center of town, looking over the security measures. I should walk with you, I think.
Oh, we're totally
You do what you
Capable.
must,
No,
son.
I'd be happy to escort
capable
you.
of
Just-
walking.
Let me ask you something, friend.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Here we go.
It's a real nice town. No, really though, that lighthouse out there is just beautiful. I mean, when was that made? You know, as old as the town. We were passing through on a ship, and it really caught my eye.
I'm only temporarily stationed here myself. We're just in advance of the Emperor's arrival. I'm not sure. I would imagine, at least since the town, certainly not as long as, the Hearth or anything else has been here.
Sure.
Not a very populated island.
That hearth you're referencing.
Yes, the Hearth of Tempestus.
Okay. And we're just passing through, as I said. We're just kind of touristing out.
Did your ship run up on cliffside?
Oh, no, it's perfectly well anchored in the sea.
We're just traveling out. What, do you know?
I'm just confused. The only approachable port here is, it's here in town, and you're approaching from outside, and I'm
we
certain
just-
I haven't
we just
seen you.
rode on the shore.
There is a pathway through these woods, no?
Well, yes, but it's
Listen to me, friend. You're getting all scrambled, and I'm just trying to ask you. Tell me a little bit about this hearth. I'm just trying to be a little
give me a persuasion check.
Just trying to find some of the culture of the area.
natural 15. Persuasion.
Yeah.
Not
23.
quite.
23. Okay.
I'm persuasive.
You talk to him. He sees that you have this kind disposition about you, and he kind of calms down a bit. And he's like, "Yes, I'm sorry. It's all the hubbub. They're down our necks about security. I'm sure it's fine.
It's a stressful time.
Yes, I find it odd that you're not familiar with the Hearth of Tempestus, but it is a pilgrimage site. It is famously on this island. The priests of Tempestus stay here, and people come to visit, and the Emperor is on his pilgrimage to come visit. They say it's a unification effort after all the unification wars, a way to make people feel a little bit
Can I do a
course.
religion
Faith in
check
him.
to see if I remember anything about Tempestus
Yeah, sure.
or other gods that might exist?
Yeah.
All right. See, now that one was not that good. What did I say? Religion.
Yeah.
It's a 13. No, 12. Sorry.
The 12, you don't remember enough about this world necessarily to recount its pantheon, but I would say that you know enough linguistically to kind of deduce that this might be a god of the sea or of storms or of wind or of something of that nature. But I wouldn't say you know a lot of details about the religion or about the god and how it's worshipped.
I say we make our way towards
Craig.
Craig. Oh,
Crag.
Major
Crag.
Crag, yes.
Major
Crag.
Crag.
And I should say, if you have more questions about Tempestus or the Hearth, the priests are actually in town today. They're hard to miss.
Oh,
Do you guys know about the Bible?
I'm afraid I don't know what that is.
I'll take like a very small, like one of those like small pocket Bibles, and I go, check that out, son.
pocket what?
Pocket
Bible?
Bible.
Like the missionaries hand out in the corner.
Yeah, but it's like so small.
He leaves through it. What is this?
I'll let you come to that conclusion on your own.
We really must be going.
My friend, we don't need to.
start walking.
They've got their own thing going on here. Let's not.
I'm Omega.
In the beginning,
In the very
light.
It's a good read.
Yeah, we walked away.
So you kind of calm that guard down, and he lets you move on into town. And you're only about 40 feet from the middle of town where most of the real hubbub starts. You see that there's more situations where people are hanging up decor and decorations all around town. People carrying like rolling kegs of ale and carrying different foods and things around. You see that there are more guards like the one you saw before. He was also, that guard was wearing a kind of green and gold tunic. You see that you see that there are other ones wearing the same. And you see that there's a kind of a man in the middle, a kind of a probably middle-aged, kind of smaller statured soldier. who has kind of a little side cape on, kind of indicating he's got some authority, and he's sort of ordering some of the guards around. I'll say, though, when you get here in the middle, you better see the mix of people in this town. So you get the guards, but you also have kind of more fishermen, men and women with kind of more weathered faces. Not fishmen, fishermen.
I didn't say a damn word.
But you also see that there are, in addition to just kind of people who seem to live here, townsfolk, you also see some kind of stranger people wearing kind of nondescript robes, but who you can clearly see on their face and their hands have a kind of spider web almost of dark burns, almost kind of mirroring the shape and pattern of lightning on their face and hands. You would almost think they were tattoos if it wasn't for the fact that they were kind of raised from the skin.
So are these the priests, or are these just walking with the
You would conclude that those are the priests.
Okay, and they're with that guy.
No, they're just, that's just kind of who you see around in general.
Okay.
You only see two of those priests kind of off to the side, kind of just like talking to each other, but not necessarily working.
Okay.
I'd like to slide my blaster to the back of my belt so it's concealed in my jacket.
Probably a smart move. You slide your plasma blaster to the back of your belt.
The what?
So it's concealed by your jacket. And what do you guys do now? How do you proceed?
We deduced that was the major.
Yeah.
Should we approach Craig here?
Yeah.
Well, are we trying to tell him about the murder? Or?
No,
I think we just...
I think not.
Let's hold off on that for now.
I think, why don't we gather a little bit more information about this hearth, and I just kind of want to see what's going on. I want to get a beat on this place. You know, this emperor's coming soon, and
I think this
seems
is
like
just a religious site, and that hearth there is just kind of like a place of pilgrimage for them. Nothing too crazy. I don't think there's any mischief happening here. I could be wrong.
well, somebody has been murdered, so mischief is afoot.
You are correct.
I don't think it's smart to just come out and say that, though. We were
No,
the
I
only
agree.
ones to have seen it, and
I want to find out
they've
some.
never seen our faces before.
I want to find out some information first.
Sure.
Just about who's this emperor. Yeah, he's making this pilgrimage. Yeah, but these people kind of look frightening, to be honest with you.
Well, maybe the major is not the first person we should go speak to. Maybe we can...
Let's speak to one of these zealots.
Oh, I doubt they'd speak to any of us. We could probably head to a tavern or something and talk to the barkeep. Maybe they'll be able to tell us everything there is about this place.
All right.
The religion and everything, you know?
If it suits you.
What do you think?
I kind of jingle the coins in my pocket. Sounds good.
All right.
My flask is empty.
Always empty.
Not me, though.
Never a full flask.
Yeah, you do see, as in most towns like this, there is one tavern. It has kind of a very worn, kind of swinging sign up front that says the Eye of the Dram. And it looks like there's kind of a storm cloud above a little tankard kind of depicted on the sign. And you guys can head in there. As you open the door, you find it's a quaint space. Again, this is a small town. There seems to be more activity than there is usually, and this tavern reflects that as well. It's pretty crammed. All the tables are kind of full. Bar is pretty full as well. You see that there's a dragonborn tavern master behind who's pulling draws from different big kegs of ale and serving them up. He's got this apron on. But you do see that there is a kind of open spot at the far end of the bar, right next to another one of the priests that you see there. This one, quite a bit younger than the ones you saw outside, but he's at one end of the bar, kind of sitting by himself, nursing a tankard of ale.
When I enter, I take my hat off, and is there a coat or a rack near me?
I would say, yeah, there's a couple of pegs kind of hammered into the wall that you could hang a cloak on or something.
You know, just try to
Reach
jump.
up and
give a little hump when I do it. All right, and I fix myself. Let's head on in.
How many seats are there next to this priest?
roll me a d4.
Nat 20.
It's a 20.
What?
1.
There's a single open seat next to this guy.
Friend, I think that seat should be for you. You can speak to this priest like you did want to. I can go and talk to this barkeep with our friend here.
All right.
Why does he get the seat?
We're going to get some drinks, don't worry.
Maybe grab me something. Maybe grab me a nice little I don't know, maybe like a brown milk or something. You know, just something nice and hot that I can have.
Oh,
I bet
I'll ask the guy, but
I'll ask
they
if
have
he
that
has
here.
brown milk. Can I do a Delathan alcohol
Check. See if you
like
know.
a history check or something?
I will say, since the Pantheon wasn't so well known to you, this is even less likely.
Well, I'm a drinker, not a religious man.
Okay, fair enough. Roll it flat. Yeah, roll it flat. Give me a history check.
Cool. That's just going to be a 16.
With a 16, you know that they serve a lot of similar drinks that you find in other similar worlds. Definitely ale. Most likely mead. Can't remember any of the specific names or anything off the top of your head.
Do they have distilled beverages?
Yeah, they do. Definitely like some brandy and some whiskey, grain and fruit-based stuff. But they don't age things here as
So
much.
it's like I want to walk up and kind of like squeeze my way through to the people and go, Merrick, now I remember why Delathan is so good of a place. I go, Silcadre Ducard, and I put my hand out to the barkeep and go, I heard you've got the best brandy in the goddamn universe.
You stick out your hand. You see he's got 3 tankards in each
I
hand.
go,
There's
I'll take however much brandy will fill up this flask here.
one thing at a time. One moment. He goes over. He serves up six people. He takes their gold, puts in the pocket.
He's so giddy. Like he's like,
This
white liquor.
Dragonborn walks over to you. He's got this kind of these like faded green scales. What were you saying? What did you want?
I just love this place. I heard so much about the brandy you serve here, and I was wondering if you could fill this flask up for me. And then my friend down on the end would like some brown milk,
he wants a brown milk.
whatever the hell that is, and whatever my fella here would like.
I take any pink, brown, just not, just anything you got.
You
really.
have to have brown.
Give me your flask. I'll fill it up for you.
And then
you
one of whatever you're pouring out the barrel there. I'll have one of those.
All right, that's gonna be some ale.
The barrel he means.
I just give it a good old take a sip and go,
He pours you a tankard of ale. It's got kind of a tangy smell to it. We don't serve milk here. I have to level with you. That's the oddest order I've ever had.
I'm gone at this point.
Brown
I'm
milk.
just anticipating.
Well,
my
he's
milk.
just a little bit different. That's all. Could you warm anything up for him? He's feeling a little chill.
He kind of snorts, and there's some smoke comes out of his nose. Is that a joke about Dragonborn?
No, not at all. I meant he likes warm drinks.
You see, he goes over. There's an open barrel in the corner with water in it. He dunks a tankard in there and kind of breathes some fire on it. Brings over and sets it down in front of you.
And I'm like kind of like honing in on this priest getting over and not even looking. I just kind of grab it. What? This is the worst milk I've ever had.
That's all they
don't
got.
have
You'll be
milk.
okay.
Jeez.
That'll be 2 gold for your
2 gold?
flask, 1 gold for your ale.
2.
Surge pricing.
Fine. Hand over the
For racists.
He pockets it.
yeah, I kind of want to just go find like a spot to sit, to give our friend here a chance to talk to this priest. But I want to like say to the barkeep, I want to go, you ever thought about putting that brandy in one of them ale barrels there after the ale's emptied out?
He looks at you, looks at the barrel. No, I can't say I have, actually.
Let's just say when that empties, put that brandy in there and wait a good 6 months
All right.
and then taste it.
Looks at it again.
I'm already gone. I've already turned away.
Barkeep,
What a strange man.
why is it so busy here today? I mean, what's going on?
I assume, aren't you here for the same thing? The Emperor's coming through.
Oh, we were just, on a ship and decided to pass through, so.
Well, you chose the worst time. It's busier than hell here.
Damn.
Yeah. Now all these people is bringing in all the mud from outside, and they keep me. So you hear someone yells an order. I'll be there in a moment. It's just too busy.
A lot of
This is usually a
sweeping.
quiet town.
What are they all doing here?
Well, they're here to see the Emperor. He's making his pilgrimage.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a big deal. A lot of these people hate his guts. But if Tempestus judges him well, and I guess all of his sins are forgiven.
Does he usually come? How does he get here?
Well, he comes by boat like everyone else.
Interesting. Well, delicious ale. And then
Yeah. Turns and makes his way back down the bar to serve someone else. And Ashton,
Yes.
you get your warm water.
I leave
And
it at the bar after I spit it out.
Yeah.
It's the worst milk I've ever had. I swear it. I come over to my friend over here and may I sit?
Oh, yes, of course. Please. Please do.
Well, thank you. I sit and say, well, I'm just passing through. What brings you into town?
Oh, me? Yeah. You see, it seems kind of a little uncomfortable, but also like happy to be talking to someone.
Yeah.
Again, you notice his hands are kind of spider webbed with these like burns. His face is as well. As you look at him, though, you recognize that he is an elf of some kind, and he's like nursing a half full, half empty glass of ale. And he says, "Well, I'm sorry. I live on the island. I'm a priest of Tempestus. You see, we live here. Just in town today in preparation for the Emperor's arrival."
You smoke?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Well, that seems like mighty important. Well, yeah, you just inhale. It's gonna be a little.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine. I
you
can't.
You know what? Maybe just put it down. Put it down. Yeah, let me see it. Just fucking.
It's good. It's good.
You got it.
It's
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's got to be it. I put both cigarettes in and I start just smoking them simultaneously. It just.
You see, he washes down some ale. Oh,
That seems like
very pleasant. Thank you.
mighty important work you're doing here. For.
Oh yes, we speak for the people and we speak for Tempestus. It is a very honorable position we have.
Yeah.
Very honorable. Blessed we are to be able to speak with him
Yeah.
in the way that we do.
And how is that? You're able to commune with the mighty?
You're not familiar with our ways.
I am but a humble traveler.
Where do you hail from, if you do not mind me asking? I don't often encounter anyone who is unfamiliar with Tempestus or the priesthood.
Some have told me I'm a traveler of both time and space, but I really like to just say a little here and there is where I hail from,
Quite a way to put it. Yes.
But I just kind of, not aggressively, but just kind of like blow a little smoke in his face. And just to kind of get him to stop talking almost. So this emperor is making his pilgrimage here, I understand, and to pay his respects to that hearth out there. What do you think about that?
I think it is. I think it is a very good thing for the emperor to do. It is important to see where one stands in the eyes of our god.
Yeah.
Especially if you are to lead so many people as he is to do.
And you feel like he's kind of a good leader. I just feel like I hear so many mixed reviews about him.
Only Tempestus can tell.
Yeah.
We will learn soon.
Is he to be judged?
Well, he is to, to complete the pilgrimage. He must ascend the hearth and commune with Tempestus.
And if you get the approval from old daddy, then you're good to go. But if not, maybe made some sort of fate.
We shall interpret the signs as they present themselves.
Sure.
You understand.
Well, of course. I'm a man of God myself.
But not Tempestus?
I haven't learned the ways yet, but I hope to see this ritual, and maybe it'll change me. And where should I be, kind of, just to get the best view of this?
Well, they will be a whole parade following the Emperor out to the hearth. It's only about an hour hike from here.
Oh, jeez.
But
I got
then he
little
will
legs.
ascend, and Tempestus shall make his judgment.
Okay. And I understand that he's going to be judged in the eyes of the mighty, but you think there's any folks around here that would have any unsavory opinions of him in general?
I'm certain there are. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, but you don't have any kind of, and none of your order necessarily has any opinions right out the gate.
We are only the mouthpiece for Tempestus. We listen and we repeat.
Okay. And is this emperor a man of is he a man of your God?
He claims to be. Yes.
I'd like to check that out. I want to scope his face. And
Give me
see.
an insight check.
Yeah. 11.
11. This guy's a little squirrely, kind of hard to nail down in terms of his expression. It's hard to tell if he's nervous because you're kind of, drilling him a bit, or if because of the subject matter. In either case, he doesn't seem to be lying about anything, if that's what you're trying to.
Last
really
question.
figure out.
And I appreciate your time, and I'm going to maybe take out a couple pieces of, currency,
Oh, I have no use.
and I'm going to put it kind of in front of him just to signify I'm going to pay for his drink.
Thank you.
That lighthouse over there, it's real old. I haven't seen too many like it. Was that operated and manned by a person? Like what is?
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay. Because I saw when I came in, it looked like a big old jewel right in the window of it there. I was just wondering if that had any kind of.
Yes, I believe there is a stone in the lighthouse.
Okay. And the emperor will probably be coming from that direction.
Yes,
And I kind of want to point the direction that we came from.
I am understanding that he is approaching from the port side. Yes, the lighthouse side of the island. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate the drink and your company. I must go and check in with my brother and sister out in the square. Thank
All
you.
right.
And he puts his ale down and kind of gets up and seems to leave in a bit of a hurry.
Was that weird? Like was it my question that upset him?
He seemed to get a little uncomfortable. It's either from the continued questioning
Okay.
or from something else.
When he was leaving, did I spot any kind of weapon on his person?
Give me a perception check.
14.
You do not spot any kind of weapon on this person.
Before he goes, I'm gonna say, well, hold on a second, fella. I got. Where'd you get those scars?
These scars, they are our rite of passage. A sign that we have personally communed with Tempestus. We have received his blessing.
I carry my own scars, and I just can appreciate when one is earned.
Yes.
All right, you have a good day.
You too. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
You can call me Winwood.
Winwood.
Yeah.
Nice to meet your acquaintance, Winwood. I hope you enjoy the festivities.
And what was yours?
Brother Killian.
Gillian. All right. Well, nice to make your acquaintance. Enjoy the festivities.
Yes, you as well. And he turns and weaves his way out of the crowd and see him open the door. And
Did he have a drink? What was he drinking?
he was drinking ale.
I want to smell it. Anything funny about it?
Give me a perception check.
Smells like tuna.
Yeah, I'm really. These rolls are.
Give it
12.
around.
Yeah.
It smells like ale.
Okay.
It's regular ale.
Cool.
What are you two doing while they're having this exchange at the bar?
I think I'll get to whatever table you're at.
Yeah, I imagined I kind of just sat back at a table, just really, really happy about finding, like, high-proof liquor. It's like you usually find, like, aged this or that, or just ale. Some places won't have liquor. And to find, like, basically unadulterated, just pure grain alcohol is, like, crazy. Or, just pure alcohol in general. So he's kind of hyped that he took one sip and was like, He's just kind of sitting back, maybe just observing, like, the people, just kind of, like,
Yeah,
trying to fluff his memory of what he knows of Delathan and stuff like that.
sure.
I had a little chat with the barkeep there. You ran off pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Seems as though there's some mixed feelings about this emperor.
You don't say.
Yeah. He didn't say much, but he did say that.
Would you say there could be some sort of plot?
I don't think it's a coincidence that he's coming in by boat and the Lightkeeper's dead, and
And
I
there's
say
a
it
storm.
under my breath, the Lightkeeper's dead and stone is stolen.
And there's a storm. I say we got a lot of what we need. We just don't have someone to accuse.
Let's see what our friend has to say when he's
Yeah, let's go report
done
back
talking to
with-
him.
I'm gonna jump down from my bar stool. Hit the. I'm gonna trot on over. I like kind of jingle jangle when I walk.
Winwood, my friend,
Yep.
think we should,
We got a squirrely one.
yeah. Maybe we can tell you what he learned about the bartender and,
Well, all I got was, you might have found this out already, there's some mixed feelings about the Emperor.
Well, I can tell you that it might be stemming from them priests there. It sounds like he's gonna kind of go through a rite today. The Emperor does, and that's what's gonna go down at the hearth. The priests, they're gonna kind of go through a rite with the Emperor up to their god, the Tempest. And he said if he passes or if he fails, his judgment will fall on the priests to interpret that. I think that there's maybe some, I don't know. That really doesn't answer the question on why somebody wouldn't want the Emperor to arrive here in the first place. So I think we need to keep digging.
I agree. The storm, the lighthouse, the Emperor's arrival by boat, seems like it's all a ploy, if you will.
Well, I mean, where do we go from here? I think we've exhausted the leads.
Maybe is
here.
there a temple or a church that these people worship at?
The hearth.
I think it's just the hearth, yeah.
Well, let's go check it out.
We could go check
Yeah.
out the hearth. Anything else we should think of? Should we try to figure out who CC is, or? Oh, well, I guess I just did that on my own. Stands for the name of the place the stuff came from.
This place?
Kalinda's Cauldron. We could maybe go by there and...
That place. Let's do that.
All right, well, let's head out to Cinderella's Cauldron.
Yeah, let's head on over to the cauldron real quick.
I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna jump up and grab my hat.
So easy to find in this town. There is a store with that says Kalindra's Cauldron above the door, and you see in the windows there's a bunch of plants growing and different beakers and vials. And as you open the door, a little bell rings, and you see a shop cat kind of dart out of the way. As you walk in, and a lady steps up to the counter from a back room. You see that she is kind of a younger-looking, slender elf with kind of braided hair. She wears kind of robes with different kinds of herbs and things kind of hanging off. She says, "Oh, welcome into Kalindra's Cauldron. How may I help you? Are you seeking a potion for any ailment?"
Well, I took one of these the other day and was seeing some weird stuff at night.
Ah, yes, the potion of night sight. Very popular around here, particularly because of the storm sight it provides as well.
A storm sight.
Yes, proprietary. I made it just for the people on this island. Quite proud of it, actually.
And what does that allow the user to see?
Well, it storms so frequently here that you can't see with or without night vision, so storm sight allows you to pierce through the rain or the fog or whatever might be obscuring you from the storm.
Looks like we got a storm coming in now.
Yes, seems to be arriving in an hour or so, is what they say. Hopefully does not interfere with the Emperor's arrival.
Weird that, ain't it?
What, the storm? Yeah, storms are quite common here.
Did people in the towns buy this often? I mean, do you have regular customers for this?
Say my most regular is probably Corbus at the Lighthouse.
Would be a good place for storm sight.
Yes, I think he puts it to good use. But there are a few others who purchase it as well. I think more just for peace of mind in case they need it.
Now, are there any side effects to this tonic that you make? You know.
None that I know of. I believe it is perfectly safe to take. Yes.
Does Corbus come by often?
About once a week.
Well, I'll take 2 of them.
Yes. Are you friends of Corbus?
Oh,
He goes and starts rifling around here.
we met Corbus on our way in. See, we were just passing by on a ship.
Oh, you went and visited him at the lighthouse.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's busy keeping it maintained for the Emperor's arrival.
It did look like a busy job.
Yes, indeed. 2 vials, that would be 20 gold.
Steep, don't you think?
Oh, I think not. I think it's quite worth the price.
How much gold was in the little sack that I stole?
You had 50 originally. You spent 3. You had 50 originally. I think you spent 3, and then
Hold on, let me write
you
this
used
down.
some gold as well.
20 each? Or 10 each, sorry.
10 each, 20 total.
Great. I'll take 2.
Great. She hands you the 2 vials. Look just like the other ones you saw in Corbus's box. Is there anything else I can help you with? What about you, gentlemen? Is there anything that you could use a tincture for?
I believe I've got the tinctures I need. What about you?
You got anything for anybody that's been stabbed in the heart?
Are you heart sick? Perhaps you wish to... love potion. Very common, don't worry. I
Sir.
do have the ingredients on hand. I don't have any made at the moment.
Quite what I'm thinking. I'm just, just in case somebody around here has just been injured or mutilated, I just want to make sure that I have the right tools to make sure that everything gets squared away.
See, she had this like very happy demeanor, and then it kind of like mellows out, and she looks a little concerned. Are you speaking in hypotheticals, or
Purely hypothetical.
is someone in danger?
He likes to speak in rhythms and poems and metaphorically.
I never break gaze.
I assure you, no one is in danger. Our friend here is.
Any healing potions for...
He gets into a lot of scuffles, you see.
We do have healing potions. Perhaps that would be what you want.
Do you think this would bring someone back who's been dead maybe 5 or 6 hours?
No, and that is a very specific time frame.
All right, just checking.
Let me ask you
We've
something.
been in that situation before.
How do you feel about
And-
the fish people?
Let me ask you something. Is this a violent... Is this a violent place?
I must say, I'm becoming a little uncomfortable.
Do you want to buy the potion or not? Let's leave the woman to her work.
Yes, please.
No.
Very well.
Yes.
Nice
thank
speaking to you.
Indeed.
May I ask you one question before we go? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
How do you feel about the Tempestus priests? I mean, are you a follower?
yes, of course. That's what brought me to this island in the first place.
Not much of a follower myself. I'm not open to it, but I'm just
Yes.
wondering.
Well, it's this being the pilgrimage site for followers of Tempestus. I'm happy to serve pilgrims, like hopefully the Emperor himself when he arrives.
Where's the Emperor coming from again? I'm sorry, my mind's all boggled.
Oh, you're fine. He, I believe, is coming from the mainland, explicitly for the pilgrimage. It is wise of him to do, I think.
Interesting. And this island is part of the Empire?
Yeah, well, yes, this town is. Technically, I believe the Hearth of Tempestus is an independent space
Interesting.
in the domain of Tempestus,
Of course.
just like the oceans.
Thank you. That's all I really wanted.
Do you have a
to know.
restroom I may use?
No,
No restroom.
the ocean is right there, though. You're welcome to go use that.
You dare expect someone to piss on Tempestus?
It is contributing to his greatness. That's what they teach us in school.
I believe that will be all.
Well, fellas, I think we should be going. I mean,
We really appreciate you.
you seem like a very busy woman. I don't want to keep you from your work.
You're the only ones in the store. Yes, yes, quite busy. Thank you.
Just as busy as... And I walk out.
What was that? Bell rings as you close the door, walk out in the street. As you do, you hear another roll of thunder. The storm seems to be getting closer as it's coming in from the other side of the island.
We're going to need to light this lighthouse up before this emperor makes his way over here. Or else he's not going to be able to see.
That is very true.
Looked like a
Maybe-
pretty unique enclosure.
The hearth is about an hour away. I don't know that
I don't know.
I don't think we can
I don't know
make
if we
that.
want to be going out there in this storm.
Should we just go ahead and get the major and maybe bring him on up and tell him what happened?
No. We don't want to incite a panic.
Well, you've been talking about murder and mutilation all doggone day, so
I'm just trying to
We just gotta
lighten the mood.
How do I say this lightly? We need to do it tactfully. Something that you sometimes lack, for better or for worse. Some situations you help us in many ways, but I wouldn't say that what you did in that store was tactful.
that was weird, my friend. That was very damn weird.
Do you understand? Am I getting through to you?
It's a learning. It's a give and take, a tit for
It
tat,
is,
if you will.
it is.
You know,
You ever see a young woman and you just feel the urge
What?
to say the word mutilate?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
all right. Well,
Why don't the next time we talk to somebody, you follow our lead?
I thought I was following your lead. That's going to be on me, fellas. I really did. I really thought I was tangoing with you, but
All
You're
right,
not in trouble. I'm just disappointed.
all right. Well,
I think I'm with you. We should just take this straight to the Sir Craig and see
What
what
is
he has to say
your-
about it.
Aversion to going and speaking to the major.
I just don't want to.
We have ended up in quite
Kind
a
of
few
implicate
cells.
ourselves into it.
Yeah. It's
Well,
just,
but
remember.
what the hell is this place but a wonderful world of white whiskey?
All right.
Sure.
Are you drunk?
How much whiskey you've had?
Because we talked about this. If
I am drunk.
I'm hammered. Look,
This flask is empty, I say.
the outsiders roll up. Fucking lighthouse guy dies. It's going to be on us. I'm
It
trying to
is-
avoid that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we have to take a little bit of heat in order to fix an issue. We've done it plenty of times.
How far away is that storm?
Why don't you give me a nature check? As you kind of gaze across the island towards the horizon where the storm is getting closer, very dark, almost pitch black clouds.
13.
13. You would guess, right now it's like mid-morning, you would guess you have another hour before the storm hits.
Convenient.
What if, here's an idea. What if we just go tell the major that we came in on our ship, we didn't see the lighthouse lit, and maybe he should send some guards to go check on it? There's an idea.
There,
Throwing
yeah.
it out.
I think that's a fine idea.
We didn't go in the lighthouse.
I just think sometimes we've wound up in places that haven't been as advanced as this one, and small minds kind of think violently.
We don't
I
want to
think.
tell them that they have small minds, though. I mean, leave that to us.
Okay,
We all
all right.
know it, but
Well, I'm, after all this time, I'm still learning. All right, let's tell him.
Yeah. We go to the major and we say, we believe there was something wrong. You can clearly see the light is off.
Mm-hmm.
We came in on our ship during the daytime, so obviously, nothing crazy, but that light is clearly not on. You can even tell during the daytime, so maybe they should go and check on it.
Well, if you think so, I'm with you.
let's see what happens.
I'll ride with you.
What's the
Yeah.
worst that could happen? We end up in another cell. I mean, we've been there before.
Got to blast our way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll walk over to the major.
Yes.
You walk over to the Major Crag. You see that he's this kind of middle-aged, kind of shorter in stature man. He's got this kind of side cape on and the kind of nice armor. And you see he's kind of sending some guards around, but you notice it's all decor related. Go secure that sign over there. Make sure it's tied up nice and tight. We don't want the Emperor coming think that we can't put up good decorations. And I want you to go over there and make sure you polish that iron, the one sticking out of the wood. I don't know what it's called, but they tie the ships to it. Make sure it's shiny. And then he turns and sees you guys approaching. Yes?
Major.
It is my rank.
Crag.
It is my name.
Got it.
Thought it was Craig.
Well,
I don't know yours.
Could have swore I heard Craig.
I think it was.
Just
relax.
Detective Silcadre Ducard.
What?
I am Detective Silcadre Ducard. You said names. I gave you one.
That
Silcadre?
I would say
Ducard.
we're here to speak to you about something.
All right. Go ahead.
Well,
I don't have all day.
We were passing through on our boat, our big boat, a very big boat.
The biggest boat you've ever seen.
You wouldn't believe the size of this freaking
You would
boat.
not believe the size of this thing. Am
Yo.
I doing the accent right?
Your puny brain would not even be able to comprehend.
One of these docked here.
No. We anchored offshore and then took a smaller boat to the beach. But I wanted to.
Does sound like something people do.
I wanted to bring it to your attention that the lighthouse did not seem to be shining.
We walked through the twirl woods over here, and I'm a big fan of the bark and the leaves. The lighthouse, like my friend was saying, it was out. It was not lit as we were making our way towards town, so we figured we'd come and find someone and let them know.
So he looks in the distance of the lighthouse. Well, you're right about that. It's not shining, is it? Huh. It is
Anyways,
strange.
we just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Maybe you could
You seem like you're someone who's in charge and
dispatch some guards there. Or
has
something.
things under control.
Just want to make sure
and-
that everybody's healthy and okay.
Hey,
Healthy.
Major
We're talking
Craig,
about a
Major
light
Cra-
here.
Excuse
Major
me,
Craig,
he's had
we're right
too many, too many
he's
warm
had so
milks.
much hot water, it's not even funny.
Are you all drunk?
He is.
Oh, I'm always drunk, sir, but
The lighthouse is not
Makes
lit,
sense.
the lighthouse is off.
and we are.
Now listen, I don't have time for all this. He reaches in, pulls up 5 gold. 5 gold, you go check it out for me. I don't have to
Absolutely,
use any
sir.
of my men to go figure out this lighthouse nonsense. I'm sure it's fine.
And
Toss the gold
so,
to you.
if we get to the top of the lighthouse, how would we relight it?
I don't know for sure.
What? You're not the major of this guard, are you not?
Well, I am. I'm here to guard the emperor when he arrives. I don't live here.
Is there a lighthouse keeper or someone we should go and...
Yeah, there's that Mork man. He's around somewhere. I mean, go talk
And
to him.
if he falls ill, who replaces him? Just trying to get
Is
this
there a
relit.
back-
He falls. That's the second time you've mentioned illness in this conversation.
I just asked about health. No, someone said illness.
We're gonna go check on this lighthouse now. We'll make sure, or go and see if everything's okay. Because it's odd, one day that
This
light
is really a
should
matter
be
you
on.
should be bringing to Julep, not to me. All right?
The mayor.
Oh, the mayor.
Yes, the
Where
mayor.
can we find the mayor?
Where can we-
She's in the town hall. It's down the way there.
Okay.
Now, if you have issues of security or of decoration, you come to me.
Those are two very important jobs.
They are.
You know, I do have an issue. The decorations are making me feel insecure.
As they should. Looks you up and down. As they should.
Well,
You're
if
the
that's
strangest
case,
dresser I've ever seen, and you have the weirdest name I've ever heard. And as for you, sir, you should speak less of illness, and you should do more to wash your hair. Especially before the presence of the Emperor.
Thanks for the gold. We will go check on that.
I just hope the
But
emperor.
first, the mayor.
I hope the emperor arrives okay.
It would be crazy if he died.
If he was murdered.
I suspect there's been a murder. Natural 20.
To the mayor.
To the mayor's? Should we go and see the mayor? Yeah.
Next time on Stellar Continuum.
Mayor, if we just could have a minute of your time.
I mean the emperor. I mean the major. I mean, god damn.
Once we did that, we found out that the fella has passed away.
You're gonna cause a panic out there.
I will fire off the blaster.
Well, shit.
All right, well, I'm your boss now, and I say get your ass up there.
I need more of that white